Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take on Neuralink. Have you heard of Neuralink? It is a company Elon Musk has started up where he plans on hooking your brain up to a computer, basically. So the first generation will be basically, this is my understanding, of course, so don't take this completely as fact, but my understanding, he's gonna drill into your skull, right, and put these wires in there, and it connects to your brain, and then there'll be a part where it hooks up to a processor, it hooks up to a computer or something that, or is like a cell phone in itself, but it processes the information in your brain. So instead of like typing or talking into your phone, could you, Siri, look up the movie times or blah, blah, blah. Siri, tell Jimmy to meet me at the store at 7 o'clock. You just think it, and it makes it happen, right? Or if you're doing like complex thought, instead of like typing and talking, if you could just send the image, the idea, right through your brain into the World Wide Web, then the processing happens faster. Elon Musk believes that the uploading information, not the downloading information, because that's pretty fast. If you want to download a movie, you can send a whole movie to your phone in a matter of minutes now, right? But you can't send a movie, you can't like tell a movie and send it up and send it to somebody else. But if you had the Neuralink, you could potentially send complex files right up into the universe, into the internet, and whoever you're sending it to, right? So the first step, of course, isn't all that. The first step is to help people with brain issues like Alzheimer's or dementia or something. And if you forget where you left your keys, or where you park your car, or your wife's birthday or your anniversary, it will remember it for you. It will like be your memory backup, basically. And maybe it'll trigger some pulses into your brain to stimulate memory and helps you with different ailments, I guess, brain ailments. So that's going to be the first step, probably for like mental issues, right? But the next step would be for it to be available to everybody else, right? So instead of, like I said, instead of like typing stuff, you'll have a link so you can just think of things, and things will happen. Now he thinks this will connect your brain to like the computer, so it like kind of syncs it up. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be, for the average Joe, will be that much smarter because you'll have the power of your brain, plus you have the access of the computers, the internet, all the information of the world. You have access to it instantaneous. So you will be like a superhuman. Basically like what you're doing now, but it'd be so much faster. And the reason for this, supposedly, is to keep up or not be taken over by AI. Because he believes, this is my understanding, of course, that AI can be a serious threat to mankind. That the AI system will soon, if not already, surpass the intelligence of humans. If that happens, then potentially AI can take over the world. But if you were as smart, if you had your own brain plus the power of a supercomputer in your head or linked up to your brain, then you could be just as smart. We could keep up. Then AI couldn't manipulate us. We would have our own AI in our head. Hey, don't we already have AI in our head? It's not artificial intelligence, it's intelligence. Anyways, that's beside the point. But my question to you, apparently he's going to have these things hooked up to your brain. This is my understanding. Using lasers, laser some holes in your head is going to make these connections to your brain. Then you can be like, relive that moment. You know the moment. And then you could play back a memory, but it'd be like you're really there. I don't know. That may be far down the road. But anyways, so the point is that you would have superpower brains that are connected to Wi-Fi or your cellular service, and you can have all these special brain powers. But my fear is that, okay, so your brain is hooked up to the internet. So whoever's in charge, like say somebody that has satellites all over, spinning around the world with Wi-Fi, would they have access to your thoughts? Could you get in trouble for thinking things? Will you be monitored? Will your thoughts be monitored? Because you could be like a creative writer or something, a novel, like a novelist, writer, or somebody doing screenplays and thinking about all these different ideas, crazy, violent, perverse ideas for your art. But then, next thing you know, you can't get on a plane because you're on a watch list for being crazy, potentially a risky person, because you're doing all this research on your next novel. Will they have access to your brain, your thoughts? Or like they say that potentially you won't have to talk to people. You can just think to somebody. Like if you're connected, I'll connect to my girlfriend, and you just think thoughts, and they would receive the thoughts, and you can hear their thoughts instead of using vocal verbiage. Is that a word? I'm not sure. They can pick up on your brain waves and your thoughts. But if your thoughts are like my thoughts, that are bouncing off the walls every second, maybe you're going to send them the wrong information. Like, oh my God, what a pain in the butt she is. Why don't you shut up already? Let me get back to my movie. I'm trying to focus on something else. Or, ooh, check out that chick over there. I don't know. That might be a bad thing. Your thoughts have to be pure. As it is, we're on this micro-sensitive universe now where your thoughts have to be pure, your actions have to be pure all the time. You can't ever have a mistake, or else it'll be stored in the cloud and somebody could be like, in 20 years, you said this back in 1982. You said somebody was ugly, and so that must mean people are ugly. I don't know. It can be open to interpretations in weird ways. So the first step, they said, the first generation, there'll be the wires, but hopefully, I guess the goal is it'll be wireless. So maybe something that'll just be on your head. You can read your mind. You can do that without it being drilled into your skull. Because me, myself, I don't think I like the idea of something drilled into my skull. What I heard before was that they would actually take a piece of your skull out and replace it with a plate with all the little connectors in your brain. But then I also heard that they use lasers and they'll just send some wires in your head. I don't like either idea. Neither. Maybe if it was wireless, I'd feel better about it. But if it's not wireless, I don't like it. Even if it is wireless, well, I would feel better if it was wireless, so you can like put it on when you want to use it, and then completely remove it off your head. Nothing is in there, and just take it off. I don't want nothing in my head. And then just put it aside, that way I can think freely. And then maybe if I'm doing some work, if I'm trying to telepath some information to somebody, I could just stick it on my head real quick, do the job I need to do, and then just remove it completely. I don't want anything stuck in my head permanently. That's just me. What do you think? Is Neuralink too, I don't know, they give too much access. As it is, you're trying to limit what you put out there on the internet. Now you're going to put out your whole brain waves, all your thoughts and dreams and hopes and perverse ideas. Now, most people are not like me, a complete angel. So, I think most people would probably get some kind of trouble just by their thoughts. What do you think? Are you for it? I think I'm for it in certain ways. If you could just remove it, like if you just wear a hat when you want to do it, and then you just remove it when you're done and be done with it. Yeah, temporary. Nothing permanent though. If you don't like the idea, there's no long-term exposure. You never know what they're going to put in your head, leave it in there. Be like, oh yeah, we take everything out. There's nothing in there. Yeah, right. I don't trust. Question everything. So what do you think? What do you think of Neuralink? Is that a good idea? Is it the way of the future? Is it inedible? We're going to have no choice one way or another. Either that or we're going to be destroyed, taken over by artificial intelligence. Are you paranoid about artificial intelligence? Me? Not yet. I have no reason to be yet. I haven't seen any kind of, my computer has not tried to take over my brain or my world. So at this point, I have no reason. Of course, I'm not really in tuned. I'm not plugged into all that inner circle artificial intelligence capabilities. But as of right now, I'm not too concerned about that. No, I think we're a little bit far away from the Matrix. So, with the Neuralink, it's too invasive, if you ask me. I'm not putting any wires in my head. Would you? Are you down with that? Let me know in the comment box. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. That's my take on Neuralink. Thanks for watching Paul's Take.